It's got your hair.
Did he actually use that today?
A couple, yeah.
Did he?
Yeah. Right. Where is he? Trying to work out where he is. Ben, do you want to kick us off? Thank you.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Hi, Ben.
Hello. Good point today, David. Congratulations. Well earned. What did you make of the performance, first of all?
Strange. I think we could have played much better, but I'm really pleased with. I'm really pleased with a point. You've got to remember, Man City have come here twice before and won 5 and 4, I think. So we've done some good things. Probably more so at times in the first half. We done well. Second half, when they scored the goal, it was very difficult. But I have to say, brilliant character by the players. They showed it in midweek last Sunday against Tottenham, and I thought they showed it today in a different way. You know, today they had to try and hang on and keep something, and they done that today.
Fantastic goal by Michail Antonio. What a finish. Yeah. But then obviously you had to take him off. Can you give us an idea about the injury yet? Do you know whether it's
we don't know. We'll have him checked and scanned to see what it is. He came off against Spurs with something quite similar. You know, he's just feeling something. And at the moment, it's not causing him. He didn't stop training. He didn't miss any training with it. So we're hoping it's not much. But look, he's so important to us. We have to be really careful.
Is it a tight hamstring or something? He looked to be clutching.
Yeah, if it was his hamstring, he couldn't decide if he was cramping up or what it was. But because it's happened in the last 2 games, we'll get him scanned now over the next day or 2 and see how he is.
Lovely, thank you.
Cheers, Ben. Where are we going? Matt Law, do you want to go next? Thanks.
Hi, David.
Hi, Matt.
I watched you on the first game against Newcastle, and I've got to be honest, I didn't think you'd have a point at this stage of the season after watching that performance. Mm-hmm. You must be delighted with how the team have reacted to that, and coming through this kind of nightmare fixture list with 8 points is really creditable.
Yeah, I don't disagree, Matt, with what you said. I think after our performance against Newcastle, I was absolutely stunned by it because I hadn't seen it in the pre-season, I hadn't seen it in the games, I hadn't seen it in the players. I had seen what I'm seeing now, so I'd like to sort of put that as it was something one-off, just didn't quite happen for us. But I think what you're seeing now, I hope, is more like what we're playing like. I think we've 2 wins, 2 draws against teams who it would be very hard to take points against, and I think they're credible, worthy. I actually think that we played much better against Spurs than we did today, but I think that we done other things very good today. We're hard to beat. Hard to score against, which against Manchester City with what they're capable of doing was good for us today.
Thanks, Matt. Tom Hopkinson.
David, hello. Matt asked you what I was going to ask you, but I just wondered if now the challenge moving forward is to keep the momentum and how difficult that'll be. So you've got a couple more tough games coming up, but then it's against teams who might be considered beatable by your boys. Is that?
What's that noise?
Yeah, just getting some feedback, Tom.
Sorry, Tom, I got your question, so hopefully I can answer it. Well, I think the big thing for me, Tom, is we've suddenly got a squad of players. I've got a full group fit. I've got other players waiting to come in. We've brought players in. So the competition here is tough now. So, if you want to stay in the team and you want to play, then you're going to have to keep performing and getting results. And at the moment, we've got a really good team spirit in the group, and I think it's shown through in their performances as well. I do also think that we're improving as a team. Our football's getting better in what we're trying to do. And so from that point of view, I'm really pleased with the way things have been going, Tom.
Thanks, Tom. Jerry Cox.
Hi, David.
Hi, Jerry.
Just going back to a point that we talked about with Pep earlier, there seem to be a lot of injuries now, stress injuries and fatigue injuries. Is that going to be a factor coming into play with so many competitions and the games coming thick and fast? And obviously, as Pep pointed out, a lack of a real pre-season as well.
Yeah, I think that Manchester City probably slightly different, Jerry, than us because they were in the semi-final of the Champions League. We were having some time of sort of holiday time, if you can call it that, off. So the players got some downtime. So we were able to have a mini pre-season, if you want to call it that. Manchester City, I'm sure, haven't. But I do think that the injuries and the amount of games that are getting crammed in, I think with the international players having to play 3 games just over a week ago and going to have to play 3 games coming up, and the amount of club games we're putting in at the moment, I think it's going to take its toll somewhere along the line. And, the championship teams, if you're playing in the championship, as I've managed there, it becomes sort of Saturday, Tuesday. You become a little bit immune to it because you're used to the games. But I think for a lot of the Premier League players and the way the games are played with the speed and the tempo, I do think that it's liable to be injuries if we're not careful.
Thanks, Jerry. We'll go to Charlie White and then Jonathan.
Hi, David. How much of a real confidence boost do you think the team will get from this sort of mini unbeaten run? Because it's actually quite a horrible set of fixtures, wasn't it? And were you worried? Because the 4 really good teams you've played.
Yeah, I agree, Charlie. I think when everybody saw the fixtures, probably me included, I thought this is going to be tough. But I think I think because the players have played so well, I think their attitude, their determination to get better. They've all trained well. Their training's been excellent. So there's lots of things which given me hope. I went into today's game really thinking, we've got a real good chance here of getting something. I hope to get 3 points, but if I wasn't, I wanted to take something out of the game. But that says a lot that we're feeling that getting into play against Manchester City. But that's come from the results against Wolves. It comes from the results, and even going back to the performance against Arsenal. So I think our performances in the main have been pretty good, and going along with it is the points. We've taken a decent points total for the teams we've had at this period in the league.
Thanks, Jonathan. Did you have one?
Hi, yeah. The way that you kind of defended today and the way that you're organised, it seems like everyone's buying into what you're trying to do. Do you feel that everyone's kind of facing in the same direction, you're on the same page, and how have you kind of managed to get that buy-in?
Yeah. Well, Jonathan, after, 12 minutes or 15 minutes last Sunday, I didn't know if we were all on the same page. But today, for long periods, we defended really well. And I actually thought that there was bits of our first defending not as good as I'd like, but then I thought our secondary defending, like defending the cross once we'd been beaten, or the through pass, we get back and we covered blocks and we made it difficult for them to score. So I think we've done that very well. But I've been talking about it. We've seen some ridiculous scores in the Premier League recently. 6s and 7s, and on some occasions, it's not looked as if the quality of the defending's been good enough. So I want us to have a good, solid, hard to beat defence, but I want us to keep scoring 4 and 3s like we've been doing in recent games as well. So getting that balance right, Jonathan, isn't easy, but today we got the balance certainly right on how we defended.
Thanks. Something, so?
Afternoon, David.
How you doing?
Goalkeepers often come in for a lot of criticism when they make mistakes, but Lucas Fabianski came up with 2 massive saves late on today. Just how crucial was that to getting that result today?
Well, I'm going to say it's part of the team, and you need your goalkeeper especially against the real quality sides. You need your goalkeeper to be in good form. You need them to make saves, and when the defenders have just not quite got there or they've got in, you need your goalkeeper to come up with a save. And thankfully, there was a couple of moments where Lucas done it. But we expect it from him. He's a good goalkeeper. We expect him to make saves. And for us to be successful, we need those moments.
Brilliant. Thank you, guys. We'll leave it there. Cheers.
Cheers, lads.
Thanks a lot.